Today I'm using my Making Memories kit from Love from Lizi to put together a double-page scrapbook layout. Hey, it's Beth. Welcome. Today I'm using some of what I have left from the Making Memories kit. It was the December 2025 Love from Lizi's kit. And I have some photos from a family photo session that I thought would work. And as a scrapbooker, when I first saw this kit, just with the gorgeous florals and some of these large images, I immediately knew I had to make some kind of scrapbook layout from it. So I am finally going to get a chance to do that. So I have several photos. This is kind of it's going to be a photo heavy layout, so kind of a simple layout. I want to showcase the beautiful florals, and I want to showcase the family photos. So I'm going to do 2 vertical photos on the left-hand page, and then 4 kind of in a grid on that right-hand page. I haven't used the ribbon that came in the kit yet, so I do want to try and utilize that on this layout, as well as some of the stickers that I haven't had a chance to use. I did take there was one sheet of cut-aparts that came in the kit, and so I want to use this as my title, but because it's white on white, I decided to bring in those purple peel-off strips again and kind of use them to create definition around the edges. So that way it'll pop off of my base page a little bit. And like I said, I'm keeping it simple. I didn't do anything to the base pages. I didn't layer them or trim them down. I wanted to use them as they were because I love the florals. I love the color in the florals. So I really just kind of wanted to showcase them and use them. I didn't feel I needed to do anything to them. And luckily my photos kind of worked that this left-hand page, kind of those flowers, the floral elements in the corners kind of gave me some framing for my photos. And then on that right-hand page, the horizontal flow of the florals kind of gave me a good base for my grid. So everything kind of tended to just lend itself to this layout as it was. So I finished that, so it does help that journal card pop off. So I wanted to bring in that purple, kind of carry it through this page a little more, and use the purple cardstock that came in the kit. I'm just going to do a single layer mat on my photos on this page, again, to help them pop off of the florals that are there, and then tie in the framing on the journal card to the matting layers on the photos. Once I kind of get my spacing figured out, I will go ahead and adhere these down. I will have my unboxing video linked in the description box below so you can kind of see more of what I started with in this kit. I'm down. These are the last 2 full sheets I have. I kind of saved them just for this purpose. So they're the last 2 full sheets I have, other than that cut apart sheet, which I cut up so that I could use in various places in my layout. But so if you want to see what I started with in this kit, if you missed that, I will have my unboxing video linked in the description box below for you. Just the florals in this collection are just gorgeous. So I've made several different projects. I made a little mini composition notebook in my unboxing video, and then I've also made a set of cards. So I'll link that video down below as well. Just trying to showcase the gorgeous florals, and then the purple peel-off strips were kind of also star of the show on the cards that I made in my last video. So today I decided to showcase the larger floral prints, and then we'll finally make use of some of the stickers that came in the collection as well. So on this page, I wanted to bring in some purple as well. And so I'm going to make use of the purple ribbon. I simply just found the center and cut it in half, and I'm going to use it to kind of create a little border strip on the top and bottom of my page. I'm going like 1/2 inch up, and I'm using my grid mat to help me line it up. I thought I could just put glue down in a few spots and it would hold, but it's ribbon. Wet glue doesn't always adhere quickly to ribbon, so I ended up having to come back in and kind of hold it down as I'm gluing and work my way back across, and that held really well. So I do appreciate my grid mat at times like these so that I can kind of get a somewhat straight line. And then here in a bit I will wrap those edges around on the back side. But I'm going to flip it around here, do the same thing on the top. So I've heared it down on the top at this point. We'll take my photos off and then flip this over so that I can glue down the edges. And again, I just use the wet glue to hold. I could have used my score tape. I have an 1/8 inch score tape, so I could have used that, but I didn't have it with me, and so wet glue works just as well. Just takes an extra second of kind of holding to make sure it stays down. Now that my ribbon border is down, I'm going to kind of adhere down my grid. I think as I put these down, I put them in a different order than I had them before, which tends to happen. I've gone ahead and glued them down, and then there was a little scalloped heart die that came with the With Love die. It was like a little 2-die set in the collection, and I hadn't used the heart yet, so I pulled that in, and then I haven't used these like black outline floral stickers. So I want to use these to kind of help pop off of the pastels. It's kind of a nice contrast with all of the pastels and the purple that's going on in my layouts. And I didn't realize it until I started pulling them off that the white part of the flowers is not attached, so you get more of like an outline instead of a full flower. And I do bounce around between embellishments and the pages on my layout. This is kind of just how my brain works. Like, there are a few things that I know I want to use, and then it's more of just a trial and error of what I might want to use where. I brought in, of those floral stickers, I brought in kind of a corner floral, like a corner border type floral. And then I wanted to layer it with some of the word stickers that came in the collection. And so I pulled in several phrases that, talk about memories and joy, and decided to do them kind of in a stair step from largest at the bottom to the shortest at the top, and kind of justified them onto that corner floral there. And then I also wanted to use some of these on the other page, so I just added one at the bottom left, like under the bottom left photo, and then I ended up adding one on the top right. But in the meantime, I decided that I want this one to go on, I think it's Cherish, to go on that photo of my girls. And these are family photos from 2019, so I'm still trying to work through my 2019 photo goal of getting all of my 2019 photos scrapbooks. I seem to be working like on a 6-year lag. I am behind trying to get caught up. And so I thought that this collection would work well for the family photos. They were taken in the fall, but they're not like super fallish photos, so that kind of helped. It was early fall, so the leaves weren't really turning yet, so I didn't have to worry about, reds and browns being prevalent in the photos. I decided to tie in the both pages again using one of these kind of angled floral pieces on the bottom right hand photo, but I wanted to layer it with the heart, so I ended up cutting it in half so that it will stick out from behind the heart. And then I'm going to use my other heart kind of going across the layout up in the top left on my title card here, just trying to have all of the elements somewhat flow across both pages. I mean, they're not going to be uniform, they're not matchy-matchy, but I do want them to coordinate, and that way that they truly go together. And then I'm going to pull in a few of these smaller florals. I've also pulled in some of the little dots that were on this sticker sheet as well, kind of use them scattered around as, enamel dot type embellishments. Just seeing what else I might need to finish these layouts off. I love how quickly this layout came together. I did add my journaling here at the bottom of this one. I used a ruler to create some lines and kind of like left justified it under the bottom of that page. And I had extra photos, so I found a 6-pocket page insert and added some of the photos and some more of the journaling cards and stickers from the collection. And then I did use some of the leftover of the ribbon to create a little bow up here. So again, love how quick this came together. Thank you, love from Lizi, for this gorgeous collection. Please be sure to check out the links below. Thank you all so much for your time, and hope you all have a very crafty day.